Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The FIA Electric Touring Car World Cup is pretty dead. As dead as the batteries on the electric cars which raced in the series. This comes as a bit of a shock to me, with the World Touring Car Cup being replaced by the World Tour. We still know very little about that. etcr was all set to be pushed into the limelight as the top touring car series in the world. If electric, sustainable motorsport is the future, surely touring cars will be going that way too. Even the BTCC uses hybrid engines. And with many other series going full electric, like World Rallycross, plus the success of other electric series like Formula E and Extreme E, the Electric Touring Car World Cup seems like the obvious choice to be de facto number one. But the series always had one problem. It was near enough unwatchable. I don't think I have ever seen a touring car series as bad as etcr. So what were the problems that plagued etcr? Well, firstly, far too many gimmicks tacked on to make it seem exciting. Most of these ideas just made the racing more complicated, or in the case of the battle gates, incredibly cringe-inducing. The battle gates were pointless, just a flashy selling point to stick in the hype videos to potential investors. A man with a green flag could have done the job of the battle gates, or the lights they use for every other race series. As a cherry on top, there were a couple of occasions where the battle gates stopped working and delayed the start of races. If the battle gates end up on eBay, I'd recommend not bidding, especially if they are buyer to collect. Other gimmicks include push to pass, which on its own is fine, but there was also a fight back boost which lasted less time, and I have no idea why they thought that was necessary. Not to mention the format of the races. There were essentially 4 stages. It's almost like Rallycross, but only if Rallycross was drunk and had fallen down a flight of stairs. You had 2-car duels, 3-car short races, 1-car fastest laps, and then finally a 6-car final in a longer race. I guess the idea was to mix it up a bit, but in practice, if there was a crash or a breakdown in the races with 2 or 3 cars, then you're just watching the one car go round on its own. Occasionally, you got a good battle on the track, but most of the time, it was incredibly dull to watch. The 6-car finals were the best part, but not good enough to wade through all the other nonsense to get to it. Another problem was a lack of manufacturer support. Seeing as every manufacturer out there is pushing electric cars, you'd think they would be lining up to take part in an electric touring car series, to show off their battery-powered products. But only Cupra, Hyundai and Alfa Romeo entered the series. MG was supposed to be there, but they withdrew before the series began. A smart move in hindsight, as it would have been a complete waste of their time. Not only was there a lack of manufacturers competing, but they only supplied 6 cars. 2 drivers to a car swapping after a quick charge, for every stage of every event. That explains the strange format of the series. They simply didn't have enough cars to have an actual race, which I'm sure was the goal eventually. Interestingly, I never saw any other manufacturer linked to an entry into the etcr. Less than a year ago, the promoters did announce a new team was coming and a total of 14 cars for 2023, but no manufacturer was ever announced. And now the promoters have cancelled the whole series. Cupra dominated the 2 championships that did happen, winning 7 of the 11 rounds, as well as both championships. Hyundai and Alfa Romeo only won a couple of rounds each in comparison. For one thing I will say in favour of etcr is that the cars entered looked really good, especially the Romeo Ferraris, Alfa Romeo Giulia. I'd really like them to make some kind of entry into normal TCR competition. The World Tour needs more manufacturers, and a couple of nice looking Alphas would sort that problem. Maybe with a few more years, they could have got more cars and more teams. What they had was just too limiting. Despite the series never really gaining a large following, the videos on their YouTube channel rarely hit 1,000, they have less views than me for Christ's sake. They did manage to attract some star drivers. Matthias Ekstrom has won many championships around the world, from DTM to World Rallycross, and now of course etcr. Touring car stars like Mikel Azcona and Jean-Carl Vernet, older stars like Tom Chilton and Augusto Farfus, experienced GT racers like Philipp Eng and Bruno Spengler, even a former Formula 1 driver's brother in Georgie Genet. But when Adrian Tombay is one of the 2 champions, it's maybe a good time to call it a day. No offence to the guy, but him winning a championship should give hope to everyone to accomplish their dreams. With a few more cars and a normal format, this series really could have worked, and it may be reborn one day. Electric motorsport isn't going away. The FIA are pushing these series hard, and they may look for a new promoter to take over the running of the electric touring car series. It isn't the only electric series to struggle. The electric GT series is supposed to begin in 2023, yet in late March we still haven't heard any plans for this new series. Apparently manufacturers were eager to enter the series, but there isn't so much as a calendar announced. The Scandinavian TCR series is going full electric for 2023. It'll be worth keeping an eye on that series. If it is successful, then the future of TCR could be electric, and very soon. There is even going to be Teslas racing in that series. The Scandinavian Touring Car series might be the start of something big, as long as someone remembers to bring a charging cable. So electric motorsport isn't going anywhere. Are you excited for electric racing, or do you prefer hybrid, even just plain old-fashioned petrol? Did you watch etcr? What did you think of the series, and will you miss it? There are a lot of series heading to the graveyard in 2023. Hopefully we get some new ones to replace them. Otherwise I might have to watch Great British Bake Off or something. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.